So, I'm going to ask Marsha to come back on and to reiterate on what she was just saying to us. She was sharing with us her vision, the drive that made her turn her business into a legal entity with Mary Kay. Marsha, are you still with me?
Yes, I'm here.
Alrighty.
Yes, I didn't hear talking, great. Yes, because I wanted to share also how even through the pandemic, the company pivoted right along with us and was able to give us so many different advantages, and they were able to manufacture products that was used for the essential workers and hospitals in that area. And amazingly, so many of our directors, including our senior director, Leisure White Wortham, was one of the millionaires in Mary Kay last year. And so many that came out again this year had a fantastic year next year that we're going to find out even more. So that's the solution. As I said, we're excited about the 60th anniversary. And Mary Kay just working to let us know that this business just fits. It will fit into your schedule. You don't have to actually quit your job or anything to work this business, but it's there for you. The opportunities are there, and even now that I'm retired, I'm full time Mary Kay. So to supplement my retirement benefits. So needless to say, Mary Kay can just fit in whatever schedule that you have. Let us get together with you and show you how you can do that. As long as you're 18 years old to 88, whatever age, Mary Kay, you can come in and because when we look at the overall picture in Mary Kay, there's so many different age groups in Mary Kay, and of course, we're looking for young people to come in and with their entrepreneurial ideas to make things happen and build a legacy. We do have a legacy, some of the legacies because the children in Mary Kay have grown up and now they're consultants and directors and taking it build business by step. So I just want to say that just maintain that entrepreneurial spirit in your family, and let you know that you have to build a legacy and encourage your young people to dream big and get themselves ready for the new things that's come up. Because what we had when we were younger, of course, that is, a lot has changed. So they have to be ready to pivot or shift over or have the different ideas in different areas. As you see, the pandemic brought out a lot of ideas and self employment ideas in all around the country. So, needless to say, it can continue on. It doesn't have to stop. It continues on. And I'm grateful that my sisters are, that we were doing magnificent work in our God-given talents, and even further, we work together, but yet still we are individuals. We are helping families, to build wealth, and also to have futures.
Yes.
Because that's the legacy is leaving something behind that's positive, and we want a positive legacy for sure. And we want our children, and I have grand and great grandchildren. So we're working to see and thank God that they're moving on in their lives and in their businesses. So I thank you again for this platform, Laverne, and pray that others will be encouraged, even in these hard times and in such crazy times. But things can still happen. We never stop dreaming. Dream big and never stop dreaming. I'm going to say that. And there's much to be done out here in this world in positive light. So continue to be blessed.
Awesome. Stay with me. I just want to share with you who you are listening to today.
I'm still trying.
You are listening to generational entrepreneurs, mothers, grandmothers, great grandmothers, matriarchs, teachers, servant leaders, women of God, And one of our mantra scriptures is train up a child in the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn from it, from Proverbs 22, verse 6. To my upper left is Marsha Sproul, Sales Director of Mary Kay Cosmetics, Inc. Our grandmother, Emily Barnes, a licensed beautician. Myself, Lady L. My dad, who was also a licensed barber and professional artist. Our mom, Vivian Sproul, who was also a licensed beautician. And to my upper right is Darlene Green, District Leader for Primerica.
Give them that scripture, Philippians 4:13. How I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Yes.
So many scriptures you can hold on to.
So you are listening to the Sproul Sisters, entrepreneurs extraordinaire. And I can say that because when you've put in as many years as the three of us have in our prospective businesses, then you can truly say that we have been able to be that example, not only to our families, but to those that we have made contact with over the years of our businesses. Just want you to share with us again, Marsha, how you came about your beginnings with Mary Kay, with our family. How did we connect entrepreneurially? What examples that we saw coming up? Could you go back over that again for me?
Okay. Yes. Well, it started with our family, of course, and the religious areas that we were involved in, but also for having a desire to want more. Having a desire to want more and to look better and feel better about yourself, and also having a need. So with all that together, I was able to do that. And, I had to use my Mary Kay 1099 to secure my home.
Yeah.
Secure my home and I was working, but I had to do that to secure my home. And with that, I was able to have different functions for the family. This is a family home. And and that's how we were raised, in the home when we were together. So that just made me feel even more warm, because I was able to do that for my family, to have those things for my family. But initially, I've been so long, my children were younger, so I used my Mary Kay as a benefit for my children, to help my children along, have those little children and being like a little dim mother in the neighborhood, group all those boys up and take them to do different things. And reflect.
You sure did. You incorporated everybody in your Mary Kay business.
You telling me to reflect all the way back there? Oh my goodness! But yes, but and I always had a few trips that I wanted to go on, right? And as I said before, my American bilingual stewards taught me how to travel. Oh my goodness, to Hawaii and Acapulco, all kinds of places. I don't name all the places, but taught us how to travel and how to have vision, and it continues. I don't know if I can name all the names without, having any situations. But I tell you, but like I said, our singing in Need Your Right Worth, and yes, most definitely. But there's so many that and we came up other writings, Patricia Wells Loyal, our national Candy D. Lewis. Oh my God, you should see the different names that she has developed, and she was blessed. She said, "What you send into the lives of others, come back into your own." And
it does.
Exploded this year. Oh my God! And that's what happens when you give out to so many. It comes back to you.
Absolutely.
And when I say that I have been the consultant that my customers need, I really appreciate customers and friends and family that have enjoyed the product and enjoyed the time with me throughout the year. Some that have gone on to the day, but I'm just appreciative and thankful and grateful for all that this company has
Absolutely. I
do. And I look forward to more. Believe it or not, it's more. You know, once you get to one level, I'm saying this in general business. Once you get to,
exactly.
you
And
have to.
you wouldn't have thought that when the concept of direct sales and network marketing came about 60 years ago, mind you, within our generation. I'm sure there was aspects of it prior to then, but we can only account for the time that we've been on the planet. But to being in the midst of preparing the end of this month to celebrate 60 year, a company that has been flourishing for 60 years, that has stood the test of the times of inflation and deflation and all other kind of inflations that we are experiencing. Mary Kay has held strong, and it's because of their concept of community. If you're going to be successful in your business, you must be connected to a community, whether it's a community of clients, a community of the customers that you serve, whether it's a community where you're mentored, you're being given and shared experiences and expertise. You must be connected to a community in order for your business to be successful. Even if you are in ministry in business, you're connected to a community even within your tax exempt organization. So there's no success without community. And that's what the world of network marketing is so critically important to understand. In the Primerica industry that Darlene is in the Magnet Exchange group that I am connected to, they have pushed my business to a whole nother trajectory because I connected myself to community. And I'm so grateful for that because it's being able to bridge and hold people up to make sure that they're going forward.
Definitely.
In what they're doing. I think that what caused me to take our family name and build on it was because I saw so much enrichment in our entrepreneur history with our grandparents, our parents being entrepreneurs, our aunts, godparents, all had some aspect of entrepreneurialism. So we're passing that down to our grandchildren and our children, that we see their gifts and talents coming up. Majority of all of us can sing or have some type of artistic ability. We have our artists like my father in our family. I look at my niece Darlene's granddaughter, and her art is just magnificent, and I'm seeing the legacy of my dad. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about generational wealth development and wealth preservation. It's about making sure you're passing down gifts, talents, callings, that you're seeing gifts, talents, and callings in your children, in your grandchildren, and nurturing that. Whatever sacrifice you have to make to pay the fees or services that's required to help them develop their gifts, talents, and callings, ma'am and sir, that is your obligation. Yeah. You are obligated to do that according to God, because he thought enough of you to allow you to become a parent, to allow you to become a grandparent, to allow you to become a great-grandparent for the sole purpose of passing down legacy and encouraging them to understand that if you're looking for real wealth, it is hidden in the gifts and talents that our God has placed in each and every one of you. Everybody on this planet was born with a minimum of one talent. And usually most people have multiple talents. It's up to you to go before your God and say, what? Clarify my talent for me, because I know you, in the giftings and the calling that you gave me, because I know you gave me one. And show me how to connect to the right communities to develop it, to nurture it, to grow it, to become gifted artisans. Do you know, if you do your research in your Bible, when God told Moses, when God told Solomon to build the temples, when God told Noah to build the ark, he gave them specific instructions. He gave them specific measurements and details. And he all in all those cases, God said, "Get my gifted artisans." What that means is people who recognize their gift and talent and took the time to develop it, to nurture it, and to grow it. When Jesus earmarked his disciples, he chose businessmen, he chose men that were in professional fields and had expertise. And if you're looking to really develop wealth, that's what you need to do. And you have to have a purpose of helping community with what you have been called and gifted to do. If you're chasing money and it's not catching up with you, it's because you have it backwards. You should be pursuing your gifts, talents, and callings, serving community and serving humanity with it, and then money will follow you. Goodness and mercy will hunt you down. So focus on generational wealth development and wealth preservation, and you will find that whatever you're looking for personally, it's going to come to you. So with that being said, ladies, I want to bring out one question. What is, and I'm going to start with Marsha, what one business strategy or tip would you leave with our audience today to express to them exactly what they need to do with the vision or business that they feel that they have been given in their hands to accomplish in their lifetime?
Yes, our goal right now is to build relationships.
Yes.
Build relationships, find need and fill it. Find a need and fill it. And again, our ground basis, our foundation, do unto others and you have good business practices. Where you're filling, like I said, filling the need, finding the need and filling it. People are needing so much in this day and time. They need to have concerns. They have to. You do want to build that relationship where you giving a type of empathy to them. And in the same token, find a need in your business that can help them to get through what they need to get through to be able to come into your business and feel that they can develop and flourish just as well as you can.
Awesome, awesome. That is so critically important. Building relationships. I'm going to bring on Darlene because she could be a little busybody. So I put her on camera when I know I have her attention. All right, my dear sister. Darlene, tell us what business strategy or tip that you would like to leave with our audience on today that will help them move their business to the next dimension, the next trajectory, for those that may be starting in business, but what business strategy and tip would you leave with anyone that's pursuing their entrepreneur desire?
Okay. I thought of several things, but one thing want to keep in mind is that there's value in everybody. One thing I appreciate about Primerica is that it is a diverse company. They do not discriminate. If you come and you want to build a business, you want to do something, Primerica will position you to. It doesn't require a degree. It doesn't require for you to already be in a business. Is if you want to, one thing, people, you may not see it, but people walk around with a sign says, I want to be somebody. I want to have value. My job doesn't value me. My family doesn't value me, but I want to be valued. And that's one thing I would say, know that you have value. Because God created you, you already have value.
Yes.
And if you might have not succeeded in different things, just know if it's something that God has put upon your heart, you can succeed in that because God already put it on your heart. So he's going to provide a way for you too. again, everybody has value, and one thing I will say is be a reader. Even if you don't like to read book, there's audio books.
Yes.
If you don't have the skills, if you're not a skilled people person, but you know you want to do, then read or go with audiobooks. There's even YouTube, whatever. There's plenty of help books that will help you to develop. One thing that we are also too, we're a leader, whether we're a mom, dad, leader on our job, even if we just take care of the family dog, that's leadership. So you
Come
want
on.
want to learn how to be a leader. You may have to have some personality development that you need so that you can lead with a heart of compassion, and not
Yes.
just one thing I appreciate about our originator A.L. Williams. He says he wanted to build a business so that nobody could be he could be under nobody's thumb. He wanted to be able
Yes.
to lead. And so the same thing, you want to be able to lead so that one, you're not lording it over people, but that you're being compassionate and kind toward team members. So whatever business that God has placed upon your heart, just know that you can succeed. And sometimes you got to put like blinders on. You know how the horses have blinders on so that they won't be distracted? Don't be distracted. Don't be distracted by the naysayers. Don't be distracted by the issues that come up in your life, because life is going to happen. Issues are going to happen. But the thing is to put those blinders on and say, I'm going towards my goal.
Yes. Awesome. Well put. Well put. Well, this has been a successful Saturday. I've named all the days of the week. We have Fresh Start Monday. We have Tackle It Tuesday. We have Work It Out Wednesday. We have Thankful Thursday. And we have Finish Strong Friday. And today is Successful Saturday. And God gave me that so that you can take the week that you have had in your business and take the time to reflect. Our leader, Mr. Trillions of the Managed Exchange Group, have for the past 2 days now have been just on this subject, where one of our assignments on yesterday was we had to take 30 minutes of just total quiet, whether that's walking, whether it's walking through a park or by a waterfall where you just have the ions from the water saturate you. Someplace quiet where you can sit for 30 minutes and just reflect. Sometimes it could be just to clear your head and just let God speak to you and pour into you, refresh you, revive you, rejuvenate you, restore you. That's why personal development is so important. And we have our life-changing alliances that comes on Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. And I'll share the Zoom link for that, because personal development is so important. And we need to take that breathing time. For those that have been following my show, Business Strategies and Tips with Lady L, what do I always say on a Friday? Breathe, relax, release. Take that time and then take the rest of the weekend to reflect and refresh, to write your plan. Matter of fact, he gave us an assignment again today where we have to set a schedule. Now I'm going to have to go to bed on this one, but it's waking up and taking that cold shower. Now it's going to say, Lord and Lord, but I'm going to have to jump in. He said, y'all going to do two things. You're either going to turn on the warm water or you're going to jump out. I'm going to try to hold on to it because, see, it's hot in Atlanta, so that may be actually refreshing and actually wake me up. And then, so from 4:30 in the morning to 8 o'clock, that's you time. That's your meditative time. That's your refreshing time. For those that have to work, that's your work prep time. Whatever you have to do for the kids, try doing some of it the night before to prep them. They're out of school for a minute, but when it's time to take them back to school, go in and, prep up some things the night before. But that's your time to prep, maybe get ready for work. We have a 7 a.m. Bringing Sexy Back boot camp, so we're working with that in the morning. So that's your you time to get your day going. Whatever it is that would drive you to get your day moving. Then, for me, I have my classes in the morning. You have your work schedule, take your lunch, do your breakfast at 8:30. So from 4:30 to 8, that's getting you together. Your breakfast at 8:30. From 8:30, 9 o'clock to your lunchtime. Then in the afternoon, whatever, if you're working, do your work or whatever. But then when you come home, that 3 to 5 p.m. or that 5 to 7 p.m., that's your time, whether it's dinner, but that's either your education time, whatever you need to do to develop your person and to prep for the next day. So looking forward to getting that back on track again. But it's about having a routine. It's about having a set time to do things so that you are the most productive is the outward goal. With that being said, I do want to share a special that I'm doing today. My book, Are You Really Ready to Wash Feet? It's how to be an effective servant in leadership, being fully committed in ministry, and a support system to your leader. I had the privilege of writing this book quite a number of years ago, but God had me to release it on last year or the beginning of this year. I really promoted it. I put it out the end of last year, but I'm really putting it in. I'm going to be able to have available 14 copies. And I picked 14 because that's my birthday. So I have 14 autographed copies that if you go to Success Beyond Strategies, that's STRATEGZ.com, Success Beyond Strategies, and you leave your information for me, I will waive your consultation fee, which is valued at a minimum of $100, and you will be able to get access to how to acquire your copy of Are You Really Ready to Wash Feet? If you're talking about becoming, or if you are in servant leadership, I talk about, first of all, this is my mentor and my Bishop Mama, who led me into my entire leadership journey. I talk about what does it mean to be planted in whatever level of leadership that you're in, how to build what you're building from the ground floor, how to be a servant shepherd, a servant leader, and a servant laborer in the community that you serve. So even in your business, you have people that are teachers, instructors. I'll use Magnet Exchange Group, and we can use Primerica as a perfect example, and even Mary Kay. You have your levels of directors, you have your levels of leaders that do teachings and trainings, and these are people that are servant leaders to you, but you're also servant laborers to them as well, because you're taking in what they're teaching, you're applying what they're teaching, and you are working it where you can duplicate yourself. These are businesses that are duplicatable. So, please ma'am, please sir, I highly recommend you go to successbeyondstrategies.com. Don't forget to go to my YouTube channel, like, subscribe, and get those notifications so that you can get the rotations of our show, Business Strategies and Tips with Lady L. The YouTube is Lady Vern, LadyVerne. Again, that website is successbeyondstrategies.com. You can connect to Marsha on marykay.com/Marsha Y Sproul, and the number 2. You can connect to Darlene and get that insurance and those financial platforms together with Primerica.com/DGreen2016. And, she does a little sidebar thing too. She also has Avon.com/rep store/Darlene Green. So we have a plethora of things going on. We have trained nieces and nephews in all the things that we do. We've trained sons and daughters and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, because we are firm believers in generational wealth development and wealth preservation. And preservation is not just forwarding finances, which is extremely important, but you want to forward their gifts, your talents, your callings, and help nurture and develop them so that you can see generationally the strength of your family, so that when you have gone to your prospective transitional place, that you can be able to say, not only hear, well done, thou good and faithful servant, but hopefully before you close your eyes, you'll be able to hear your children, your grandchildren, and your great-grandchildren say, thank you. Thank you for telling me. Thank you for sharing with me. Thank you for equipping me. Thank you for thoroughly furnishing me with what I need to go forward in my life. So with that being said, Marsha, say your farewells.
Yes, thank you. Yes, don't forget your training. And I do want to say, even though each one of us are in our prospective businesses, Laverne, she's very energetic, and she even helps Darlene and I get that energy going.
Yes, I get it from our mom and our grandmother. And we all have it, because even Darlene said to me this morning, I don't know how you do it. And I said to myself, I don't know how she does it. Yesterday when I saw her take a power nap, I said, thank you, God, because I didn't know when she slept. Because it's like, to me, she's up all night long. And well, she was always the night hawk of the family, but she's that 4 or 5 a.m. early riser. I don't mean just waking up. She's up. So she gets her day going, and, you know, she's diligently studying her craft, and so she could be up 10, 11 o'clock, and I tell her, good night, girl, I'm out. You know, and so we say about each other, how do we do it? How does each other do it? It's about having a system. It's about working that system to where it becomes a routine lifestyle. Billionaires and trillionaires have a lifestyle that they live all their lives. And I can truly attest, I have witnessed my sisters do it. They've witnessed me do it on the level that I'm working on. You don't have to compare yourself amongst yourself. Just do you, and do you well. Do you with excellence. Our grandmother always says, don't do something half-assed. Either do it. If you're going to do it, give it your all and give it your best. That's all you can do. So with that being said, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me on Business Strategies and Tips today with Lady L. I am your host, Lady L. Thank you, Sproul Sisters.
All right.
Appreciate you all.
God bless everybody.
All right, love you.